African Safari Wildlife Park is a wild experience with over 800 exotic animals. Our drive-through safari features giraffes, zebras, deer, elk, alpacas, and even a white bison, all of which you can feed right from your vehicle. Walk on the wild side with the Zoo-It-All Pass and feed kangaroos, porcupines, tortoises, and rabbits. Step into our aviary adventure and hand-feed budgies for a memorable experience. Check out our live educational shows or ride a camel. Create memories that will last a lifetime at the Ohio Safari Park, African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Hump Day edition of the morning show right here on the New Main Street TV. Of course, Jennifer here for your morning, and I am here with our good buddy and probably one of our favorite guests ever, Marc Carman. Woo!
Hey,
Crowd goes wild.
What a introduction.
Yeah,
thank you very much. I
of course.
appreciate that.
Well, we love having you here, Marc, and it's always a lot of fun.
Oh, we always have a good time. We've been doing this for so many years.
We have.
I wish I could remember the anniversary date that when I first came on the show.
Oh my gosh.
How many years you guys been here now?
I mean, a few.
Few, okay.
Yeah.
Couple, right?
Hopefully a few more.
Well, my hair was probably brown back then.
It was definitely curlier back then.
Yeah, definitely. Well, time flies. That's all that matters.
It does, and we've had a lot of fun over the years.
We sure have. I got here this morning a little early, and unfortunately, we got a little morning rain again.
I know.
And I tell you what, is it ever going to quit raining? It's just amazing how much you turn around, it's rain, and cold.
Well, and the weird thing is, and James and I were talking about this, so my forecast last week for, the beginning of this week was, 90s and nothing but sun all week. And I'm like, okay. And then I come in Monday, and I'm like, wait.
What's happened?
Not even remotely the same. But, well, speaking of weather, we can do that real quick.
Yeah, let's do that. Probably people like to know what the we're today.
If you're good for that. And, yeah, it is a little bit cooler today. So let's head on over to your Total Media Radio weather forecast, where you can, of course, download that Total Media Radio app and listen to live local radio on your phone anywhere or anytime you are in the world. And don't forget, you can now listen to Total Media Radio on your Alexa device, and all you have to do is ask her to open up, and she will do so. So, all right, let's head on to the weather forecast. And cooler today, mostly cloudy, showers. They're saying 100% chance of rain. Look at that.
Wow.
Highs only around 77 degrees. For tonight, mostly cloudy with showers likely, lows around 66. And for your Thursday forecast, a little bit warmer, mostly cloudy, only a 90% chance of rain tomorrow.
Wow.
With highs around 82. And then the good news is it is looking on a little bit better on Saturday, as highs, sunny skies and highs around 87. So little bit of rain for the next few days, although not, I guess, necessarily bad for the gardens and things like that. And
makes everything nice and green, makes everything grow.
Well, it makes your grass grow to where you have to mow it about 3 times a week. But
yes,
other than that, I've lost my donkey in the horse field.
Oh, what happened?
I don't know. I just can't find him. The grass is so tall, I don't know where he is.
Oh, he got lost in there somewhere. He couldn't eat that much.
I'm like, Jasper, are you in there somewhere? So what happens when you're a mini donkey?
Well, yeah, and you're sitting around this big field and the grass is growing as fast as it can. I mean, unbelievable.
It's like the time that it snowed so deep, we got the 12 or 14 inches of snow or whatever, and I'm like, oh.
He's in there somewhere.
Bless his little heart. Can we bring him inside?
Well, at least he can't starve to death out there.
No, definitely not.
With all the grass out there.
There is a ton of grass. And every time my father-in-law goes to mow it, it rains.
It's crazy, I mean, I've got a guy cut my grass, and he hasn't cut for the last couple of days, which I understand because of the rain. But it's just, hey, it is what it is.
It's spring, man.
It's spring, and we're around the corner. You know what's going to happen. This is all going to dry up, and then we're going to go to those 90s again.
Yeah, and
burning up.
Yeah, in fact, they're calling for kind of a heat wave over, the next after it gets done raining here.
After the next few
so
days.
we'll see. But they called for a heat wave the beginning of this weekend. Well,
yeah. Well, where's
now
that?
it's raining every
coming.
day. So
It's coming around the corner.
yeah, for sure. Hey, Pete will be up tomorrow, but don't forget you can pick up your copy of the Telegram right here. There are several important news stories in it about the house fire Pete reported on, but also there is an article about the council meeting where the council discussed our Main Street TV contract here and kind of fills you in on a little bit. To let you know, there have been many more developments since this article was written, and so we will probably dig into it more today, and Pete will have more information tomorrow when he comes up to do the show. So there's a great tribute, of course, to the coach from Vinton County, and Coach Dave, and some other things. So you can pick up your Telegram today and check out all the stuff that's going on. So there you go.
A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Absolutely. But if you have any questions about the meeting where they discuss the contract, it is there on the page. As I said, there are quite a few more developments since then. A lot of stuff discovered yesterday that we didn't know that may or may not help our cause. I'm not sure, but we're looking into it.
We can't afford to lose this beautiful TV station. It's
Well,
great
thank
for the
you.
city. It's great for the information. It's great for politics. It's great for what's going on in the community, advertising. I'm telling you, if you guys, they lose you guys, they have bumped their head.
Well, thank you. As Marc Carman's most famous phrase in the world, you have bumped your head.
I mean, this is a great station. It's been here for many years. And where do you go to a community where you get up to date on what's news, weather, what's going on with all the communities like the Kiwanis and all the other organizations in town?
That's right.
Football, baseball, I mean, there is so much information goes through this little channel here for an hour. It's unbelievable.
You're right. And
you just don't realize it.
yeah, and you are a member of the Kiwanis Club, and that's one of the reasons why you're here today, is to talk about some things that you all have coming up. And that's kind of the whole point of us being here, is it not?
It is exactly what I'm talking about. Right now, today, I'm in here. I'm also here to plug my place, but who wouldn't be there? But
of course.
That's what I'm here for. That's what I pay the advertising for.
That's right.
But the community thing is for the Kiwanis
sure.
and for all the other organizations, the food drives. I mean, we could go on and on what goes through. It's unbelievable.
That's right, and
fundraisers.
All of you. We've had the Rotary Club on recently. We've had many organizations on, and we are your channel, and all of you have an open invitation to come on and promote anything community event wise that you have coming up, and
right.
So that's why we are here.
I don't even know another small town has a station like this.
I was asked that not too long ago by someone from the city and said, give me a comparison of another city that does what you do, and I said, I don't know of one. This is special.
Yeah, it really is.
I feel as if what we do is special.
Yeah, it is special. I mean, like I say, this show's been going on for so many years, it would be a crying shame to lose it.
Wouldn't it? And, again, that council meeting coming up Monday where they will decide our fate. And we might not be here Tuesday, or we might be here Tuesday. I don't know.
Kick, punt, or pass.
It's up.
It'll
it's up to them.
It'd be a crying shame to lose this great station. I mean, really.
It would be.
And I've been coming on this show for many years.
You have.
And the other thing I've noticed about it's, back when you guys first started, you had Steve, of course, your dad. Which really kicked all this off. And it's so much faster, and I mean, I've seen a lot of change in the last year or two since it's been sold out, but it's great. It's great.
Thanks.
It's more professional.
We have a little bit of fun.
We got a guy back here running around telling us what we do.
I know. James pushing all the right buttons and keeping us in line, or attempting to, which is very hard.
At least
I do my best.
Because when we start jabbering, we keep jabbering.
Poor guy. Yeah.
But I need to get one of those buttons like they have at the Oscars that starts playing the music, so you know when to wrap it up.
So that we know when to shut up.
That might be coming later on. future
That's
use.
so true. Oh man, that's so funny.
Yeah, let's go to break. That is funny. That
Yeah.
is a good thing.
They never have been successful in getting a dump button where, whenever we say something completely off color, that you can just dump it out.
Well, they do have a delay now. I think, what, a 5-second or
Mm-hmm.
15-second delay. So if something comes on, they want to mute real fast. Somebody says a bad word or whatever. But unfortunately, it ain't going to happen here. If you say an accidentally, whatever you say,
No.
it's said, it's done.
This little live
Whoops.
television program, you're just going to get, Josh McCarter said keeping you in line is impossible.
Yeah, that's exactly
That is
true.
so true, Josh.
That is true.
I concur 100%. But no, I was talking with some friends. There was a group of friends that got together over the weekend at the restaurant and brewery, and kind of an impromptu class reunion.
Oh, yeah.
People that are a little bit older than me, but I still went to high school with, but a couple
Right.
years older, all got together, and I was talking with them, and they were like, what's going on with this city thing? And I said, well, and I was trying to kind of explain it because they live out of town.
Right.
And they all said, but this is how we keep track of what's going on in Jackson.
Exactly.
We don't live there anymore, and you are our
Information.
window to the Jackson world. And they're like, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting that, I never thought about that. People that, live far away, it is
Well,
a good way to keep up.
It's just amazing, like on the playoffs, you guys got your new app, radio app.
Yeah.
I've had people tell me they were in Florida or out west or someplace on vacation, listening to what's going on. It really is just like Facebook. I mean, I hate to say it, I'm stupid sometimes. I'll drive to Athens on Thursdays and put the Facebook app on.
Well, that's good.
Well, not really. I'm driving.
Well, you don't have to watch it. You can just listen.
Well, I basically do. But, every now and then you got to glance down and think, oh, I'm one of those idiots that shouldn't be doing this. But you're right. It is amazing information. Because, when people grow up in a town, live here for so, it's not like
You
they
love
get-
it.
You love it. Small town it's a great way to live. And then when you move off and your family and friends, and it's just great information to keep on what's going on. And when you want to come back for a special event, or maybe a good friend or a loved one passed away, you know when to come back and all that. I mean, there's just so much information out there. It's just unbelievable.
Well,
Or if you want
thanks.
to come and play in a Kiwanis golf tournament too.
That's exactly right. And speaking of that, you are here to talk about, well, of course, the Kiwanis Club in general and some of the events you have coming up, but definitely the golf tournament that's coming up.
Yep.
And did you guys get to play that last year? I can't remember.
No, we were out.
I thought you ended up having
Yeah, about everything was canceled out
Yeah.
last year. I mean, if you think about every event, I think we lost that. They did have the flowers. I don't know if you've been driving around the city now. The
Looks
Kiwanis
so
has got the
pretty.
flowers out there now.
Yeah.
And God's out there watering them today, so they should be, fulfilling a lot
Oh, they'll be
more.
so happy, the little flowers.
Oh yeah,
They'll be blooming.
That's one of the things that Jackson Area Kiwanis does is the flowers.
That's right.
It's unbelievable. The gang, I call them the gang, water those every day.
They do. Rain, shine, sleet, snow, whatever. They're watering them.
I haven't been doing my due diligence. I can't say that word. I haven't been helping much on that end of the part of it. But they got a great crew that goes out there and waters those every day until
They do.
September, just before the Apple Festival, and then they come down on the Apple Festival. But they really look nice. Yeah.
They're beautiful, and it's amazing. Everyone loves flowers. Like I mean,
Right.
have you ever talked to a person on earth that says, "I hate flowers"? Like, no, that doesn't exist. So, but how much it brings just to the beauty of the downtown and accentuates
does.
our pretty buildings and streets, and those beautiful old lampposts have gotten a little bit of a facelift too. I think they
Yep.
put some new LED lights
Yep.
in there.
It really looks good. We drove through
Yeah.
the other night. We were just driving around through town the other night, and the LEDs all the way through now, all the way down to the park downtown.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Really looks good. And that's one thing, about organizations like the Kiwanis. I mean, that's all volunteer work.
Right.
And they do it in their own time and raise money to pay for that stuff.
But it makes such a difference in the
it
downtown.
does. It makes a difference. And they've always asked to see if it can do it to end of September, but they just can't do it. So for the App Festival, but it's a great organization. And like I said, when you look at the flowers and promoting our town, that's what it's all about.
That's right. And the great thing about Kiwanis is K. K for the kids. Kiwanis for the kids. And that's exactly what the Kiwanis Club does. And their main focus, of course, the Flower Project is an awesome one. But the main focus is our local kids.
And we got 3 scholarships. We got Read Around the World. We got a lot of things going on. So, we haven't had a good fundraiser. Well, we had some fundraisers last year, but it was a little tough.
Mm-hmm.
But we had the golf tournament. We're going to have the 5K coming up in September, which will be during the Alpha Festival, which that's a fundraiser. And then you got the spaghetti dinner, which we close it out. That's
a good one.
That's always a good one. So, those are our main 3 fundraisers, I would call them. So, but always a lot of fun. And what I'm here to promote today is our 8th annual golf tournament, which we're going to have out Franklin Valley. It's going to be on a Sunday, July 11th. So,
hey, that's 2 days after my birthday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, you're like me. You like your birthdays, so just not
if
speeding
I could,
them bad boys up.
So I know, right?
Yeah.
So if I come out, can we have a party for Jen?
Sure.
During the golf tournament?
Sure, why not? Sure, why not?
Anything to have a party, right?
Yeah, right. I'm in.
We'll celebrate whoever. No, John Pelletier and John Boy and I share a birthday.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, that's
Isn't that
great.
fun? Yep. July 9th.
That will be a Friday then, right?
Heck, I don't know. Is that a Friday?
Because July 11th is a Sunday.
Ooh, my birthday's on a Friday.
Yeah,
Fun.
man, that means you can take off Saturday.
That means I get to work all day on my birthday. Woohoo!
See, you should have had it on a Sunday. That way you were off Monday. So,
You're right.
But anyway, it's going to be July 11th. It's going to be on a Sunday. We're going to start registrations about 1:30. It's $260 per team.
Okay, and a team is made up of
4 players.
4 players. Okay.
And it's a scramble, and it's ladies, men, whatever.
Can kids play?
Yeah, I'd say they probably could if they want to.
Okay.
No saying in here you can't play. So, but the ladies are going to have tee off the red tees, of course, and the seniors are going to tee off at the 70. We'll tee off at red. The seniors will tee off at the gold, and the white will be the kids.
Okay.
So the seniors would be considered 60.
Okay.
So make sure you get 4 players of some sort. $260 per team. We're going to also sell $20 raffle tickets for one is split the pop, one for a putting contest, one for a grand prize we're going to be giving away, which I'll be talking to you about that here shortly. One thing about fundraisers is always trying to raise money. You got to have good sponsors.
Yeah. Always has that ulterior motive in there somewhere.
Don't we? And then
That's all right.
Then we're going to have closest to pin on 12. We used to have what I call a shootout, but to speed this thing up, because it's going to be hot that day, we're just going to take closest to the pin for split deposit. So if we raise, say, $300 on that, you're going to get $150, and the club will keep $150.
Okay.
And
fair.
And you can buy this one ticket, but say you get up there and you hit a ball and you put it in a pond. I said, well, that's not good. You can pay another $5 right there and
do it again,
do it again. And then if you get close to the pin, you're the winner. And we'll announce whoever the winner is after the golf match. What we do is just have everybody that got closest to pin on the green, then we'd have a shootout. But
okay, I gotcha.
We just thought we'd just speed up the deal and just make it closest to the pin, and that way make it easier and faster. And
what if there's a tie?
Well, then we'll have a shootout.
We're just winging this thing, but yeah.
That you just never know. It's very possible it could be a tie.
It could be.
It has happened on stuff like this. So you never know. But if they do, then we'll have a shootout. So
2 people could sink it in the hole. You never know.
You could have 2 hole-in-ones. I saw John Rahm. I don't know if you watched the memorial. He had a hole-in-one.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, I missed that.
And the poor guy, then he finished up his round on Saturday, and he had to withdraw. Was it Saturday or Friday? Yeah, it was Saturday. He had to withdraw because of COVID. He was leading by 6 strokes.
No way.
Oh, you didn't hear about that?
No. How did I miss that?
He's from Spain. Hell of a golfer. John Ron's the guy's name. He was leading on Saturdays by 6 strokes. And he'd been exposed to COVID earlier in the week. And so he'd been taking tests every day. And that test they took, he came up positive. So he had to withdraw. You talk about a killer. If he'd have won that tournament, which he probably would have, being 6 strokes lead,
that's quite a bit.
just playing one more day, he'd have won probably over $1 million. And for winning back-to-back tournaments, it cost him another $1 million. So that was a $2 million, at least a $2 million more. Oh man, that's awful, man. I felt sorry for that guy. They walked up to him after this match, and they were going to interview him. And next thing I know, they walked out and talked to him. He went down to his knees, and next thing I know, the TV just went dead because everybody thought, "Oh man, something's
bad wrong.
Something's really bad. Maybe somebody, a loved one's passed away, or because that's what do you think? Somebody goes down on their knees and starts crying, and
oh my gosh!
So the TV kind of went silent there for a little bit till they said, "Well, we're going to keep on until we find out what's happening," and then finally announced he had to withdraw because he had COVID. I'm thinking, why don't you let the poor guy play on Sunday by himself?
I was going to say he's been playing up until now, so what's the difference now?
I don't know. It's just a COVID thing going on. But anyway, he had to withdraw.
Oh, man.
Cost him over $2 million.
That's the sucky of the suckiest.
I'm telling him. But hopefully we won't have any of that going on at our tournament. And it's going to be a great time. And like I say, it's going to start around, tee-off's going to be around 2:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
And we're going to have hot dogs, brats, and plenty of water and pop. And if you want to buy anything else, you can buy that in the clubhouse as far as any alcohol.
Will James's dad there be in the weenie man? Or
No.
He's not the Kiwanis weenie man?
No,
just the Oak Hill weenie man.
Just the Oak Hill Chamber of Commerce
Chamber of
weenie
Commerce.
man.
He was the weenie man the other day.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, you got to have a good weenie man, and we got a good weenie man. That's Mike Gambino. He's the cook of the
Mike
Kiwanis.
Gambino. Yeah. I mean,
He's
with a
our
name like Gambino.
He's a spaghetti man.
He
brats. He can cook it all.
Yes.
Man. And the good thing about our tournament is you can eat while we're playing. So that's you don't have to wait the very end of the tournament. You can ride over where when you get the hot dogs and everything cooked up, you can eat as we go. So it'll be pretty fast. It'll move along pretty fast. Usually Sunday afternoon. It's going to be a beautiful day, hopefully, and halfway decent. And we're going to have a good fundraiser, and it's going to pay first, second, third place too. So
very good.
Depending on how many teams we have, and actually I got a team that signed up for the first one. I got my first paid team.
Oh, you did
and
already.
We're selling whole sponsors for $50. So if you'd like to have your business on a whole sponsor, it's $50, and just get a hold of me, and I'll be happy to stop by your business and drop you off the form and pick up your $50 and move on to good things. And we will definitely promote your business.
Yeah.
What they do, they put a sign out there on the hole to promote your business. And of course, we thank everybody that comes out and sponsors. Because without sponsors, as you know,
that's right.
it ain't gonna happen.
You won't be there.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and again, this is for such a good cause. It's for the kids.
Yeah, and like I said, the good thing about the Kiwanis, 99% of the money stays in town.
That's right.
It goes to the scholarships in Jackson, Wellston, Oak Hill, and other things.
You guys buy coats and gloves for kids that need them, or
do that.
extra clothes if something happens, God forbid, while they're at school. They get sick or have an accident or something. Then there's extra clothes there for them. You guys do all of that.
There's a lot of good things in there. And the other thing, now we haven't been able to have a lot of meetings. Hopefully that's going to change where we can start having our red communities. But another thing we need is we need new members. We need people, if you want to be associated with the Kiwanis and help water the flowers and help raise money and do things for your community, it's a great organization for that.
It is. Now, when and where do you meet now?
Well,
or are you right now?
Well, right now I think we're meeting the Calvary Church. We meet on Tuesdays. I think once a month on Tuesdays.
Okay.
I'm not sure if the whole gang is coming together on that. There's just board meetings and just kind of spreading out when we need to meet. But I would think here pretty soon that we'll start having a regular meeting on that. And Terry Turner is our president of the club, and she does a great job. And the terms go from like September to September, something like that.
Okay.
And it goes pretty fast. And like I said, it's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of nice people, and we joke. And like me, the flower project, I call that the Judy project. Judy Wiggins.
Judy Wiggins, yes.
She is the one that came up with the beautiful flowers downtown. Has really maintained that. And I've always
there they are.
Yeah, there's the group right there.
Yeah, very
That's
good.
not all of them, but that's most of them. And the good thing about it is they work hard with that stuff.
They do.
And I always tell Judy, I said, instead of having flowers, why don't you put fake flowers out there? They wouldn't be the same now.
Did she say you have bumped your head?
Yeah, she has. She has told me that. But I'm all for it now. But we still joke about it. But like I said, that's the main thing about it. It's something to get out and help your community and have fun. And,
You're right.
And we have like the spaghetti dinner, which is a little bit of a fundraiser. And you see it. You know, the good thing about it, you see a lot of people you haven't seen out. That's the nice thing about it.
That is true.
You know, it's
especially
amazing.
right now.
I bumped into 2 people I haven't seen out to Walmart the other day. The guy was my best man. I haven't probably seen him like 3 or 4 years. I'm in Walmart, and I bump into him at Walmart.
Yeah.
And there was another lady I bumped into I haven't seen for several years. I said,
So funny. And especially, you know, during COVID, we've all been, you know, kind of not visiting with folks.
Yeah.
So same thing. So Jamie sends me a message yesterday. I left the restaurant. All I had to do was stop by the bank, make a deposit, and go to the grocery store and go home. And it was like 2.5 hours. And he sent me a message. He was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I just got to the grocery. I was at the bank talking to some people, and then I was at the grocery, and I ran into like 3 people I know, and we were talking out in the parking lot and whatever. In fact, one of them was Becky Gambino, and I was like, it's like everyone's so starved for
information.
Yeah, and like talking to each other and just being able to visit again, that I was like, just leave me alone. I'm catching up on lost time. So yeah, it is funny how you run into people now, and everyone's just like, oh my God, how have you been? I haven't seen you in forever. And
well, you know, like families, a lot of families haven't seen each other for a long time because of the COVID thing, and you know, everybody's getting their shots now, and a lot of people have been going to places have been closed up, and I see like Brad's opened up McDonald's now. We stayed in there yesterday, and there was a lot of people starting to come out of their what do you call it? Shell, yeah. Finally coming out and
come out of hibernation, if you will.
And I went to the 500 this year, the Indy 500, and they had supposedly 135,000 people there, but I'm thinking there was more there than that.
They're just not admitting it, huh?
Oh, and I don't know if you knew that, but we had a Jackson native in the
he was
circle.
here the other day.
Yeah, isn't that great?
He was here on the show, and we got to talk with him, and so much fun.
Oh, that's just great, man. I tell you, of course, I've been going to Indy for all these years, and this is the first time I knew anybody actually been.
Did you know that he was on the winning team when you were there?
Yeah, I knew. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I was really happy for him. Of course, the last 10 to 20 laps were just so exciting, and it's just a thrill. And mostly when you know the guy who won is just a great guy. I mean, he is.
That's what Jake was saying. That like it's he's a driver and we're on the team, but he's like awesome.
Yeah,
just an awesome human.
He's just a great human being. I mean, as far as smiling, always got a positive, whether he's up, down, or had a bad day, or he's won the race 4 times. 4 times. It's lucky to win 1 time.
That's
he's
rare.
only like 4 drivers has won that race 4 times.
Yeah.
I mean, so many people have come close, like the Andretti's. I mean, his dad Mario won the race 1 time, but Michael has come close. His car's broke down several laps before it's just mind-boggling. But it is just, and to win it 4 times, that's pretty awesome.
You got to be pretty darn good. To win it once, you got to be lucky, but to win it 4 times, you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, and the thing about this is the team he won on is not like a big team like Penske's.
Right, not huge.
Yeah, not a money team. I mean, they got money, and it's out of Columbus, Ohio, which is really cool.
Yeah, he said, what was it, Pataskala?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's what's even cooler. You got some Ohio there.
That's right. It's local.
Ohio money got in there. So, hey, always like to see the little guys win,
You do, and especially like local kid does good, and
how a thrill of a lifetime. You can always say, hey, I was on a new car.
He said, my only problem is, like, my lifelong goal was to win the Indianapolis 500, so now what am I going to do?
Win it twice.
Right? He was like, I never thought it would happen, just to have it happen at all is huge, but then to have it happen this early in your career is like a whole other story. It's like, oh gosh, now what's like goals? Now I got to think of more goals. But no, that was really cool.
That's great. That's great to see. like for instance here, and we're talking about local people and winning stuff on this great TV station.
Yep,
So
there they are. He's drinking his milk. What's the story behind the milk? I never did figure that out.
It goes way back in the early days. I can't remember exactly how the story, but it's always been a tradition for people. And of course, Indiana's known about milk because it's a dairy producing state.
Okay.
And so that's where it comes back to. But I can't remember the whole exact story of it. But they had strawberry milk. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Yeah, they had strawberry milk. Yeah,
Ooh.
The drivers get to pick the type of milk they want to drink if they win the race.
Gotcha.
So if they win the race, they can have 2%, fat-free. Evidently, they won strawberry milk.
That's so cute.
So,
there they are again.
Yeah,
The strawberry matches the color highlights on their uniform, so maybe that's what they were
There
doing.
you go.
Could be.
White and
it was all
red,
pink.
pink.
Their uniforms were all pink, is what they were.
Makes
And,
sense.
Yeah, and when he won the race, it was really kind of funny. As I told Chris after, I said he's going for the fence because he's known for when he wins the race to climb the fence. They call him Spider-Man too.
I didn't know that. That's
yeah.
hilarious.
So anyway, he pulled up to the finish line out there, crawled out of his car, and of course, the one guy had been on. I think Jake told me the guy was on his winning pit crew in '09. He says, "We're going to the fence. Let's go," because that's where we're going.
Everybody go to the fence.
Yeah, they go to the fence, and that's exactly what they did. So
That's awesome.
And that's pretty cool, though. He's the one that's done that for, well, like I say, 4 times. And it's cool to really do.
And how fun for you to be there to see it happen.
What's really funny is usually after you win the race, you pull in the winning circle and they take you up and they give you the milk and put the reef around you and have your 5 minutes in TV and then move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
With Helio, it was a different story. They couldn't get him to
Get off the
stand. They
fence.
couldn't get him off the fence. And when he got off the fence, he ran down to started running down the track, clapping and raising his hand and partying and having a good time.
This is not how the script is supposed to go.
And they were they kept trying to push him back to the TV, and we got to have this. We got to have our little TV break and whatever. And then after this is all done, they do the TV. Then they take a lap around the track.
Okay.
And I've stayed always for that, so let the traffic, let the people leave a lot of stands, and they come around and they wave and thank the crowd and so on and so forth, which is pretty cool. But I tell you, hardly anybody left. I mean, a lot of people stayed in the stands. That was so impressive that they had such a good time.
That's
rooting
so
him
good.
on.
Yeah.
So
fun.
a lot of fun.
Well, there you go. It's just neat to have that local tie and
yeah.
for you to be there to see it happen. That's even
great.
better, for sure. All right, so Kiwanis Golf. Well, let's get back to that because we digressed. Kiwanis Golf outing. How do you sign up a team?
It's very easy. You just I'm going to leave some of these out to both the golf courses. These things right here, or you can stop by the car lot, Carman's Used Cars and Trucks.
Okay.
I'll have them there. And or the day you come in if you can sign up before that way we know how many teams we have.
Okay.
But just stop by and I'll give you one of these. You can put your 4 players on. It's $260, and the like I said, we're going to have a $20 raffle ticket that you can buy there. And you can pay that separate if you want to, want to do that or whatever. So it's really simple. And like I said, we're going to tee up between 2 and 2:30. We're going to have a putting contest. Then at the end of the golf tournament, then we'll give away our prizes. What we have, we'll have a grand prize, a 50-50 split the pot, and of course closest pin on 12. And we're going to have like the longest drive and another pin, which is just for a set of golf balls, and that's on probably number 7 if I remember right. So it's a good time. And we had 11 teams last year. We're looking for more. Having it on Sunday, I think, gives a lot more people an opportunity to play because a lot of people work. In fact, the first team that signed up with me, generally they never could play because they've always had to work.
On Saturdays,
Yeah, on
a
Saturdays,
lot of people do work on Saturdays, and so Sundays, that's
Sunday
a great
afternoon is perfect because Sunday afternoons, I'll be honest with you, nobody's really got a whole lot
What we have
to
do on Saturday or Sunday afternoon.
If you think about it, not much. And Sunday's a great day to play golf. But just get a hold of me. You can get a hold of me on my cell phone, 740-710-0492. Like I say, if you want to sponsor holes, $50.
Okay.
And we can get you hooked up. I need to find that out probably about a week before the term, so we can get you a sign made for you.
Yeah.
And we do all that for you. And great time, had ball, like I say, food, water, drinks, and all that good stuff. So, and a great time. And who doesn't like to play golf?
I mean, golf's one of those things you just don't have to be good at to like enjoy.
No, I suck. So it's I suck. So, but I have fun at it. I mean, I play 2 days or maybe 3 days a week. So
I was gonna say, as much as you play, you'd think you wouldn't suck.
I got a good friend of mine, Jack Tipton. We play all together, and we it's kind of funny. One day we said this. We were both struggling, and Jack, I think, turned to me one day and said, Mark, as long as you and I played together, you think you and I would get a little better. I said, well, that brings a good point. I think we would, but it is what it is.
Well, listen, I feel like golf is one of those things where you can like take two attitudes toward it. Like you can do it as like stress relief and fun and whatever, or you can be the like uber competitive.
Yeah.
Like I want to go out there and be perfect and beat everybody all the time golfer. But see, to me, like golf would be like I just want to go out and have fun because the rest of the things that you deal with on a daily basis are so stressful that you would want it to be just like some kind of goofy outlet.
And that's what it is. It really is. You just have fun with it and go on and you laugh at each other. Some of the dumb shots that you make and the things that happen. And it's just the good thing about golf is you can start it when you're young and play till the day you die. Yeah. That's the good thing about it. How many sports can you do that? You can't do with basketball.
That's
you can't
true.
do with baseball. You can't do a track. You can't do football.
Yeah.
And I don't care how bad your body is, you can still do something with golf. You can putt. A lot of people sometimes people just go out and putt. They don't even play the rest of the game. They just go out and practice. So.
Or you can go to the driving range.
Just hit a bucket of balls. Sometimes that's more work actually hitting a bucket of balls than playing golf.
It is. You're right.
Because the difference is you're swinging
constantly. Yeah.
With at least you got a drink break between the balls.
So true.
But get a hold of me on that, and we'll definitely help you out on that. And it's a great time, and love to have you.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is, everybody's welcome to play. So if you have a family, like mom, dad, 2 kids want to be a team, cool.
Yeah, we're in. We're in. That's for sure.
Whoever wants to be a team can be a team.
Get a team, and it's all like I say, all having fun.
It's all about having fun, and it's also about helping, again, our local kids.
Yeah, that's where all the money goes to.
That's right. So what are some of the other events that you have coming up, just to kind of touch over? I know, are you doing the 4th of July thing this year, or are you able to do that? Or
I'm not really sure. I missed last night's meeting. They've been talking about trying to come up with something, but I don't know whether that's too late in the year to try to put that all together. Because they hired all the companies come in and do the balloons and all that stuff.
Yep.
So I'm not real sure yet on that one.
Okay. Well, we'll let you know as soon
as we get closer on that.
We figure it out.
About that is July 4th, which we usually have that in our beautiful park now.
Yeah.
Our park is really looking awesome.
It is looking really good. Yeah.
Sidewalk and the lights and all that. So.
Yeah.
We just got to get some dry weather, and hopefully we can do that. If we can't do it this year, then we'll do the Kids Day in the park next year.
Okay.
So, but like I said, we got the 5K coming up, which is if you're a runner, which I'm not.
No.
That's coming up in September. Then the spaghetti dinner. So a couple really nice, and like I say, we'd love to have new members. We need new members, and it's not that expensive to join and have fun, and just get out and meet people and see a lot of cool things.
That's exactly right. Okay, so James, do you want to do that video today while Mark's here?
It's up to you. It's about 10 minutes long. If we can close out the show with that, if you want, or whatever.
Okay, that's fine. Then
we've got about 20 minutes left till 10.
Yeah, so let's talk. So we have a video. So James, can you kind of explain that? And we will get to that in just a little bit, but I want to hear about what's going on out of the car lot first.
Yesterday they had a dedication ceremony for the new county record storage building.
Yes.
And there's a kind of a neat story behind the name for it.
Yes.
And
very exciting.
So they explained that a little bit. And tomorrow we're going to have Bob Irvin in here,
Okay.
who is involved in that.
He's one of the Bobs.
Yeah, he's one of the Bobs. And he's going to come in and he's going to talk a little bit about the history of how that building came to be and the people involved in it. But
Okay.
we have the video of the dedication ceremony from yesterday morning.
Okay, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But
Yeah, Bob's the man about all the history in town. I'm
he
telling you.
is. He's one of the Bob 3.
Yeah.
There's 3 Bobs involved, but you'll find out here in just a moment about that. You'll know what I'm talking about after
Bob,
you
and
watch
Bob.
Bob and Bob. Yes, for sure. But no, what is going on in the car world while you're here? For sure,
Well,
we want to talk about that.
There's still, there's still a car shortage out there in the new cars section of the world, and who knows when that's going to cheer up. From what I hear, it's still fall. So,
Wow.
And I'm not sure really when it's all going to start winding down, but
Man.
they're still building vehicles like they're going out of style, but they're just taking the one chip, they're pulling the vehicle off, storing it, and taking that one chip back and building another one, and until they start getting chips. All these chips are designed. And somebody else brought up a good point. I didn't know this, but you think about like all our computers, iPads and all that use these same chips. So
Oh.
that is why everything is such a whack right now. See, the factory burnt down.
Yeah, and so last time you were here, you touched on that. Can you explain kind of why there's a car shortage right now of new cars because of this factory? It's very strange that there's like one factory that makes that much difference.
Well, I really didn't know anything about this until this happened. Nobody did really, that this one factory produced all these chips.
And it's is it Japan or?
Taiwan, I
Taiwan,
think.
okay.
Somewhere China and Taiwan, somewhere around that area. I don't know the whole. That building burnt down. Well, you think about when a building, a factory burns down. That's huge. That's nothing.
Yeah.
You just go. It takes a year or so to build those things. I mean,
Sure.
build it back up and all the technology. I read something in the paper last night. I didn't read in the, or I read it on the internet that actually the United States is trying to push it where our technology, where we can compete in the world with technology, which you wouldn't think in our states, in our time, we could do any of that.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're trying to get this bill passed, and that's supposed to help us in the future to maybe build factories and compete. So it's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I mean, the whole car world's kind of out of whack. You see new car
all
dealers.
about these little computer chips that the factory burnt down so they can't run their cars that they're building.
It's just like over in Chillicothe, the big truck plant over there. They got, I forget how many trucks they've been building and parking those because they don't have enough chips for those.
Over at Kenworth?
Yeah, Kenworth.
Yeah.
Kenworth has that issue.
Wow.
Ford and Chevrolet. I mean, if you go buy a lot of Ford and Chevrolet dealers, they have no new cars at all. You think, what the heck is going on?
Wow,
They just
that's
can't get them.
crazy.
So now used cars are still out there. It's the craziest things. A lot of cars have went up in price.
Well, supply and demand, right?
Believe it or not, we sold 2 cars. The book price went up over $2,000. $2,000 went up.
Holy moly.
So this is, if you're wanting to trade or buy a car, this is kind of good to bad. Your trade-in is worth more now today
Sure.
and say 6 months from now. So if you're a little upside down in your car right now, is a good time to get rid of it.
To get rid of it.
The bucks, or if you want to sell. Sometimes right now there's a lot of dealers, and we bought some deals, some cars off individuals, that have an extra car, and maybe somebody.
You have a play toy car maybe that you just don't use that much or
you
something,
get an
and you.
and maybe you have 3 cars, and you say, I'm ready to cut down I'm going to get out these 2 cars and get rid of them and get down to 1 car. So, and I've seen that happen. So, but if you're interested in selling your car, hey, we'll be happy to look at it and give you an offer on them.
Very
But
good.
we got a great selection of vehicles.
You do.
I've been buying. We got still about 60 vehicles in stock, and so if you're looking trucks, I got some really nice Ford F-150s out there, 2010, 2011, and I got some regular cab 4-wheel drives and Fords out there. I got some Chevrolets. I got a really nice 2014 Chevrolet Resale Red double cab.
Nice.
V8 5.3. It's got 78,000 miles.
Well, that's great.
It's really, really nice truck. Brand new tires all the way around. I mean, it is really sharp. And we got a used Corvette in. We just got in, so that'll be hitting a lot here any day. I got a lot of nice SUVs. I got Chevy Equinox. I got Toyota. I got Ford. I got really a beautiful Ford Explorer Limited. It's a pearl white with a tan leather interior, bucket seats,
Nice.
power sunroof. Under 100,000 miles too on that one. So trucks, cars. We just sold that little red Fusion there you had on our TV screen that we've been promoting. We just sold that. Those are really good cars. And I got a really nice Chevy Impala. That's the Fusion we just sold.
Oh yeah.
And we got a really nice couple of Chevy Impalas out there. I got some Toyota cars. I got a Corolla. I got a Camry. So we got Hondas. I got like 4 or 5 Hondas. I got a couple really nice
great.
Odyssey vans. I got a CRV and a Honda and Civics. I got 3 Civics in stock. So we got a great selection of vehicles. And I'm slowly getting. We changed to a different floor mat on our internet.
Okay.
And so it's taking me a little longer to get cars on the internet, but we have a lot of cars on our internet site.
Yeah.
Carman'sUsedCars.com.
And it's so cool because you can see pictures. You don't even have to look at the car in person, really.
No,
I mean, obviously you can,
we take about 40 pictures of the cars.
You guys really
and,
are thorough.
The other good thing we got going, every car that you can look on our internet now has a Carfax with it. Mm-hmm. So if you want to know, like, if it's a 1 owner or 2 owner, or if it's been in an accident or light accident. I've got a few cars that we've had that bought, but the one thing about Carfax, it tells you where the accident, where it made a small light damage to the right front bumper and it's been fixed. Looks good. So,
Yeah,
they're not hurting me. Who hasn't dinged their car once or twice?
It's not like it got rolled 3 times on the highway somewhere.
Exactly. Like airbags, it tells you if it's been an airbag.
Okay.
It's popped out. So, I don't buy any of those at all.
Right.
But, the good thing about Carfax is it gives you the history of the car. 1 owner, 2 owner, 3 owners, whatever. Like I got a Honda Odyssey as a 1 owner car. I'll tell you what, it looks like it just came off the showroom floor.
Better get out there and get that.
And it's like, I think the miles are like 125 or something like that.
Wow.
Leather, sunroof. It's got it all, front, rear air. But brand new tires. Like I said, if I told you that it just came out the showroom floor, you'd probably believe me. Seriously, it's really that clean. But like I said, great selection of cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We're buying them every day. We got our full service department in the back, open 9 till 5, Monday through Friday, and we service what we sell. And we're not selling perfection, but we are selling good cars. So, and we do offer extended warranties, gap insurance. If something happens, you wreck your car. We got on-the-spot bank financing. We deal with a lot of local banks here in town. Also, if you got bad credit, no credit, we got a couple of great places to shop you there.
That's right.
As long as you got money, you can't come in and say, "Hey, I don't have any money. I want to buy a car." In these days and times, boys and girls, you got to have some cash.
Gotta have a little money.
Not 100 or 200 or 300. You gotta at least come in with $1,000 or better.
Yeah.
$1,000 or better, and we'll help you out. And we've had a lot of success when getting people getting their car. In fact, we had somebody that went through our credit acceptance, our company we use.
Yeah.
They bought a car, had it for 2 years, 3 years, somewhere in that ballpark area, came back and bought another car at a cheaper rate.
Yep, because they had built their credit back
They built
up.
their credit back up.
And that's the whole point.
And that's the whole point. Actually, we had 2 of them.
That's so good.
And so there's a lot of good at it. As long as you just got to walk before you crawl, then walk, and then you can run.
That's right. And the good news is he's a much better car picker, outer, and salesman than he is a golfer.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And talk about golf. I'll get Chamber of Commerce is going to have their big golf outing tomorrow.
Oh, is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow, believe it or not. I'll be
Okay.
playing that with Vinton County Bank invited me to play with their team, so I'm playing with them.
They don't know how bad you are?
I didn't
Just
tell
kidding.
them. I didn't tell them.
We don't tell. He looks like a lot of fun. We'll ask him to be on our team.
They just felt sorry for me because I did some business with them. But, it's like I
Oh,
say.
that's so fun.
But we got some great banks in town.
Here's the
though,
info
too.
for the Chamber of Commerce one if
Yeah.
anybody's interested. The phone number is 740-286-2722 if you want to sign up a team for that last minute.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good.
So I'll be out there. I think they tee off at 8:30 in the morning, which that's not my favorite time in the morning to tee off, but whatever. But it will be.
Dang, you had to go to bed early tonight.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's well. And the problem is I golf tonight too.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well, just keep on going.
Yeah, that's what.
You'll be nice and limber by then.
Hey, I'm just gonna go from one to the other, get out of bed, change clothes, and go.
That's funny.
Oh boy, it'll be a lot of fun though, and hopefully the weather will dry up a little bit tomorrow. I saw tonight. I think the afternoon. I think it's supposed to clear up a little bit this afternoon.
I hope so. Keep your fingers crossed, and we'll go from there.
I got wet last Wednesday in playing golf. Our last 2 holes, it really started raining. I told I told the other team we were playing against. I said, "Hey, if you want to just half this other hole out and get out of the rain, I'm ready to do that." And they said, "I am too."
Yeah.
We're in.
Sold.
Sign the paper. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. That's right. Well, Mark, it's always so much fun having you here on the program today, and we appreciate you and your support.
Thank
you. If we encourage you to go out to the car lot and check out the vehicles that they have, because I was looking at the selection when I drove by yesterday after I got lost at the grocery store and whatnot. But no, I was looking at all the trucks, and you have a great truck selection right now.
We got a great selection of cars, SUVs, trucks. I mean, and if we don't, like I've had to tell people, we don't have it. More than likely, I could try to find it for you because I go to enough sales now. I mean, the internet has really opened up that up the avenue where I can find stuff for you. And search. Some things are really easy to find. Some things are really tough. So
that's right.
Just depending on what you're trying. But hey, we're there from 9 till 6, and we can stay open for you a little later, Monday through Friday, 9 till 6, and Saturday from 9 to 4. And of course, you can always check it out. And the good thing about our internet, you can actually pick the car out you like, and we can talk about price over the phone. And you can and we've done this people out of state.
Yeah.
You can fill out the financing form on our internet site, and when you come to pick it up, you're ready to roll.
That's right.
We've done that several times.
There you go. So, all right. Well, thank you for coming in today. We appreciate it, and you're welcome back anytime. As long as we're still here.
I'm thinking positive that you guys are going to be here.
Well, thanks. We
want you
that.
here. At least I do. I'd be, like I say, if they don't get that worked out, they have really bumped their head.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Again, so let's head on over. This is really fun stuff. To the dedication ceremony that was done yesterday. And, it's like, why did we go cover a building being built to store stuff in?
Right.
Well, let's find out. It's pretty cool.
The Bob, and Bob show.
The Bob, and Bob show.
First of all, I'm President of the County Commissioners, Paul Haller, and I'd like to welcome everybody to our storage building dedication. And it's always exciting when you open any new building in your county, regardless of the size. And it's the fact that this is just a storage building. It's more than a storage building, and how it came to where it is at this point. This became an idea in my first term in discussion with the Clerk of Court, Seth Michael, and this has taken about 6 years to come to this point right here. And Seth brought it to my attention that we needed storage for all the county records, and because everybody was being moved out of their offices. And so Seth and I had talked about it. We talked about it. We tried to come up with different ideas. And finally, here about a year and a half ago, we found this piece of property, which the county owned, was all grassed. We have no idea why it wasn't blacktopped and used as parking. So we thought, there's a perfect spot to put the county storage building. So this building will only be used for county storage and all the valuable records of our county history. And so with that said, everybody that's here, there's so many, all the dignitaries are here. We got the auditor, we got the recorders hiding over here. We got our prosecuting attorney, our director of EMS. I got several folks from the Historical Society. I got the commissioners, economic development, the mayor of Jackson. I got members of the Hughes family and Mr. Irvin from the Historical Society, which they'll know here in just a minute why they're here. But I want to bring Seth Michael up, our clerk of courts, to kind of give you an idea how we put this together and kind of the reasoning why two of the former clerks of courts became very important in the role of financing this building. Seth?
Well, I didn't make anything up, and I probably won't talk long. And every time I say that, I talk longer. But essentially, a lot of people aren't aware of the history of title fees, auto title fees, and the money that stays here in the county, and the things that the clerk's office or the clerks in general have had to do over the years to adjust to be able to keep that money here. In 1992, they would have converted to a computer system. And at that time, you would have had to take your titles to the county in which you live. So if you bought a car in Columbus, you had to bring your title back. So in our reality, prior to 1992, the clerks didn't have to do anything for their business. It had to go to county residency. Well, when they went on computer system, they knew that in the next year or two, they were going to do cross-county titling, which meant you could go anywhere in the state to have your title. So the dealers and the banks were going to start probably taking their work to the local office. So from what I've been told and the indications that I've seen through records, Bob Hughes was clerk in 92, and he could see that coming. He instantly went to his local dealers and his banks and said, we can't lose business. We have to figure out a way that you send this business to us. So if you finance something from somebody from another county, we need to be able to keep that title here. So he started fostering those relationships. Shortly after that, unfortunately, he passed away while he was in office, and Bob Walton came in next. Fast forward 10 or so years after the cross-county titling that did come into effect shortly after the computer system, Bob became the deputy registrar and became over the BMV because the small counties lost so much money from cross-county titling that was one way for him to get that money back. That money between Bob Hughes' steps clear to Bob Walton's step as deputy registrar has left us now where our title administration fund has a significant amount of money that flows through it. And it is limited to what it can be used for, but we can declare surpluses to do things like permanent improvements. Hence, things like this, things that the general fund may not be able to afford. Things like a significant portion of the courthouse roof was paid for from title administration fund. The new windows were paid for out of title administration fund. The front courthouse steps were paid for from title administration fund. The parking lot. I mean, a lot of the significant permanent improvements that you've seen over the years has either been paid for in cooperation with the clerk's office and the commissioners, or at least a significant portion of it coming from that fund. We typically don't have the ability to bail out general fund budgets with that money or office budgets, but we can significantly help with purchases and things like that. So we felt like it was no more fitting. Are we get into the name, or you're doing that? You want to do that?
Go right into it.
Well,
if you want to.
Well, we felt like it was no more fitting than as we approached this project. We've talked about this with different commissioners, and I think I remember August of 2007 when I came in. Within a week of taking office, I had this gentleman in my office, and he just wanted to stop in and chat and see some things and share some of his concerns. And I said, we're going to take those seriously. And I know there were some pauses at different times where I felt like even myself, well, this is probably never going to happen. Well, a few years ago, it started becoming a little more talkative and what could we really do? So that being said, I don't feel like this building would have ever been built without 3 different Roberts. So we didn't want to clog up a plaque with 3 different last names. So thanks to the English dictionary and S apostrophe, I'll let Paul unveil the rest of it. So
I'd be remiss, though, if we first introduce who built this thing. And Randy Evans Construction standing right over there. Randy Evans Construction did a great job. Beautiful building. And then our architect was RVC, which is John Stevens back here. We appreciate all the work that he did bringing this together. But what we did, and Seth, I want you to come up. You can help me unveil it. But what we did, we took that name, the Roberts, and we've named it the Roberts Record Building in loving memory of the Clerk of Courts, Robert Hughes and Robert Walton, and in honor of Robert Irvin, local historian. So I would also be remiss. Ed Armstrong was, was commissioner at the time when we put this idea together, and Ed's not with us here today. But I wanted to also mention Ed Armstrong as well. But I know this is a surprise to Mr. Irvin. He didn't know anything about it, but Mr. Irvin is such a part of the Jackson County history and the books that he's wrote, and we keep him up in the office because we refer to him for county history a lot. And so it was just a coincidence that all three, the first names were Robert, and it was just fitting. It was just meant to be. And so everybody come in, take a look. And you'll see everything's caged in there. If we could use it as a jail, we probably could. But I wish we could, but as much as we need one. But those three trailers sitting out there will be unloaded and brought in here. And then there's other other boxes and other offices will start coming down here. And so forevermore, this will be the Jackson County storage, keeping Jackson County's history safe and secure. So I want to thank everybody for coming. Please come in the air conditioning, and because it is climate controlled, and get out of the sun for a few minutes. So we want to try to do a photo op with at least everybody that's here, and we'll just kind of spread out here and do a photo op, and then we'll go inside.
Well, very good. So really, really exciting stuff, and congratulations to all involved with the new storage building. And it's a little bit more than just a storage building. It actually has some historical significance as well. So there you go. All right, did want to thank everyone for tuning in here on the program today. Thanks to Marc Carman for taking time out of his morning to come and talk all things Kiwanis and, of course, cars. And always have a great time when Marc's here. He's such a good guy, and just love him. So before we get out of here, did want to thank our friends at the filling station and the store Broadway and Penn and Wellston. Quick Stop, home of, if you have not been there recently, the crispy crunchy chicken.
I had lunch at the filling station yesterday.
You did?
I had an Italian sub.
Yes.
Very good.
They're so good.
Very good.
So good. See, James, there you go. And yeah, if you have not tried it out, I'm serious about this. You need to. So.
I think they might. I mean, there are a lot of nice convenience stores in our area. I think they might have the best drink selection.
Yep.
So there's a lot of choice. They had cherry ski.
They do, and
which
they have
is hard to find.
The gym products like the cream soda and all of that stuff, like the different ones, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yep. So very good. Cherry ski. Wow. That sounds very sweet.
It is. There's a lot of sugar.
That's why it's so good.
That's why it's so good.
That's right. Okay, well, have a great day, everyone. We will be back here tomorrow with, of course, our news update by our good friend Pete Wilson. And we will be trying to talk a little bit about, hopefully, what's going on with the contract here with the city. And the vote is coming up Monday. So please, if you have time on Monday night and you want to see us continue on, wouldn't hurt to stop by that council meeting and voice your opinion, or call your local council folks as well and let them know how you feel about that. Also, on the program tomorrow, Bob Irvin will be here to kind of talk about what we just showed you in the building and some of the history surrounding that. So we look forward to always having Bob here and Pete. So we will be back tomorrow. and have a great day. Don't forget, rain pretty much all day, but that's all right. It's good for the garden. So have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.